Well, hello, my beautiful Virgo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for July 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Virgo, this is your monthly reading for July. Firstly, I'd like to apologize for the delay in getting this reading to you all. Unfortunately, I had an allergic reaction, which put me out of action and took away my voice, and strangely, my hand swelled as well. But here I am. I had to take some time out. I'm nearly back to best. You can probably hear it a little bit in my voice because my throat is still a little bit swollen. But I'm all good and ready to do your reading. So let's get straight to it. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to know regarding the month of July? Can you please guide them for their highest good? Well, I certainly can't believe that we're in July already. The year is flying past real quick, and we've just moved into Cancerian season. So on a personal level, July is the month where you'll be more focused on self-care, your nearest and dearest, as well as the place that you consider home. Creating a peaceful and supportive environment is important to you now. Letting those that you care about know how much you love them, and of course, opening yourself up to their love and appreciation too, without sacrificing your needs for others. Now, expect to yearn to nest or do something in and around the home space, maybe some DIY, reorganization, decluttering in some way. Doesn't always have to be in the home space. It could be body, mind, and soul, but it's to reaffirm important things to you, important relationships to you, and spending good quality time with those who mean the most, and prioritizing simple pleasures in life, as well as reconnecting to what brings you joy and fulfillment. Now, you may feel compelled to take a vacation during this month, or at least book one for later on in the year. Also, you'll be adding more fun things to do this month and go on solo self-care endeavors to reunite with your higher self. This really is a nurturing and caregiving month, focusing on what you value the most, but on a deeper level, there are a lot of other shifts going on behind the scenes. The new moon on the 5th of July opens up a powerful gateway to reconnecting to a part of yourself that you may have felt like you've lost touch with. A new awareness opens, giving birth to new ideas, new adventurous pathways, and your emotional compass guides you at a heightened pace this month as you rediscover what you're capable of, set higher, healthier boundaries, and truly relate to the world around you to vocalize your needs and also have those needs met as well, which is very, very important. It's really a time of asking, how do you feel? And set intentions around that to create more stability and security in your life and your relationships. And of course, Sirius, the most powerful and brightest star in the sky, encourages a very deep soul-searching quest to ask bigger philosophical questions about the next steps of your path, to reestablish your independence, get organized on those healthier life practices or routines. Plus Jupiter, planet of prosperity and expansion, it passes over Aldebaran, which is often called the Eye of the Bull, and it's considered the luckiest star, amplifying real opportunities for better luck and surprising positive outcomes. Now, with every positive, of course, there is a bit of an opposite. I don't like to say negative, let's say opposite. We have Saturn retrograding until the 15th of November. Which actually can lead to second chances or opportunities to reevaluate and revisit to improve to a higher standard. Saturn retrograde, it does, however, have the potential to dampen your fun a little bit, which might annoy you a little bit since your 5th house is influencing you, but we'll talk about that in a moment. But actually, you know, it's there to kind of like demand that you get more organized to make your life run more smoothly so that you do have more time for you without overstretching yourself. But this retrograde slowing everything down can actually help you rather than hinder you, as it takes the pressure off slightly so that you can pause and prioritize what's important. Now, my guides do want me to go one more, so here I am going one more. There's a lot of love in your reading, or a lot of loving cards. So this is about doing something that you love. This is about focusing on your heart's needs. And I mean, for some of you, if you're looking for love, then this is a big month to find a soulmate. But if you're in a relationship, this is about deepening your connections with the people that you care about the most. We've got the Five of Swords, and we've also got the Queen of Pentacles there too. Now, I do want you to be aware that, of course, we also have a second full moon in the sign of Capricorn, which is considered a blue moon. It helps you reassess your workload, release money blocks, very, very important there, and your ambition will return as delays start to subside. Because, of course, and I hope you're not traveling during this time, but anyway, Saturn retrograde, it can test our patience or teach us about slowing down, and this period can amplify delays. So if you are traveling, then just keep an eye on that. Now, I want you to also be aware that on a global scale, we do have some very volatile energy to be mindful of. Mars conjuncts Uranus on the 15th of July, and that can lead to some major shakeups, some reshuffles of leadership, maybe people stepping down or being nudged out of their positions, if you know what I mean. Shocking events or news, as well as conflicts or confrontations. Very intense and unpredictable energy. This conjunction, it can feel actually quite revolutionary, like nothing will be the same after this moment. So this could be on a personal level as well as, a global event. So you could have a personal revelation where suddenly you decide that actually enough is enough. You've been accepting less than you truly deserve and desire, and nothing is going to be the same again. You're changing your life in some way, or you're changing how you approach something. So it doesn't always have to be negative, okay? But I really feel this is a period that you can harness that energy in order to focus on accomplishing your goals. So there is always a positive with the opposite there as well. Now, also we have Pluto being very active over the last couple of months, and it will continue. Critical exposés will bring anything to light that has been hidden from the collective. And basically, it's dishing the dirt on what's been going on behind the scenes, but also on people in the public eye, whether they're famous or whether they have some sort of stature. It's all coming to the surface. I've been mentioning this for quite some time, and it will continue. And, I kind of been wrestling with this because I thought to myself, nothing shocks me anymore. It's just like, oh, another thing. And I think with the Mars-Uranus connection, we should actually be more shocked, okay? So I feel some of us are going to just have this energy of like, what? That's just not acceptable. What are we going to do about this? So I feel there's going to be a bit more of that energy channeled into the collective than ever before. So I want you to be aware of that too. Now, of course, the latter period of July is all about extremes. So major freak weather events, I wish I was wrong about this, but I'm really feeling it in the energy. Things like earthquakes or hurricanes that are stronger than usual for the season that we're in. We're going to see a lot of that, okay? And maybe even in places that are not typical. So also I would watch water levels because we are closing out Cancerian season at the end of July. As we move into Leo season, there's a shift. So, some of these storms could affect water in a large way as well. And of course, Mars-Uranus conjunction can also lead to electrical storms, which can disrupt or cause power outages. Social media platforms, apps going down, having glitches, things like that. I mean, these things are all temporary and they happen all the time. So it's nothing new, but the strength of these things will increase is what I'm being given. So again, it's something to watch out for. I mean, spiritually, storms are important. We need to clear the air. We need things to get to a critical point in our lives where we're like, enough. So I feel, we're going to see a little bit more of that going on there. So sometimes it can be positive, doesn't always have to be this like doom and gloom thing. And I would also like to say that you know, this month is, especially the middle of the month, it's expect the unexpected, both on a shocking level, but also on a pleasantly surprising level, okay? Now, also, before I move on, I'm going to get straight to your reading because some people are not really interested in the next part that I'm going to say. So we will move on. I'll let you know a little bit more about it later on. But I am bringing back, you know, that free personal reading from me that you can win. Due to circumstances, I've not been able to offer one in quite some time, but now those issues have been resolved. So I'll open it up again. I'll talk more about it later on how to enter, but let's get straight to your reading and we'll talk about that later. Your first card there is the High Priestess. So this is a big soul-searching month for you where you're just going to really sit with yourself and, you know, get a deeper understanding of who you are. Major period of personal development and growth and lots of revelations about yourself there as well. I'm not surprised to see this card because your 11th house is governing you at the beginning of the month, and that's all about your hopes, dreams, manifestations. You know, these are going to be stronger than usual. So this is you taking some time out to take stock of things, but also to set an intention and stick with it, and also watch the universe deliver people, opportunities to help you. And some of you, you know, especially since your 5th house is taking over, you're going to feel a little bit more sociable than usual because the 11th and 5th house, that's about getting out there. It's about having fun. It's about going to festivals or new experiences, meeting new people or connecting to the people that you really care about. It's all about maybe even reuniting with people you haven't heard from in a long time. Also, it's a perfect time for you to extend your social circles if you want to, network if you're in business, of course, and you know, some of you may even set up online businesses, or if you have an online business, you're going to see it really take off a little bit more and increase this month too. Now, the 5th house, of course, takes over from that pursuit of pleasure. So this is about letting your hair down, going out there, having fun, accepting invitations, or just coming out of your comfort zone to seek more exciting things. You may pick up a hobby. You know, this is really a time to channel your energy into creative pursuits and even find love if you're looking for love. And I can see with all the cards here that, you know, there's a healthy balance for you this month of basically investing in your own needs, also, you know, deepening your connections with people you care about, maybe opening yourself up to love if you're seeking love, and also finances, multiplying your wealth. So I feel like, you know, this month for you, it really is quite a balanced month. But the High Priestess asks bigger questions of you. So this is your protagonist energy. It is a Virgo card. So this is about you putting your own needs first, and not in a selfish way, just so that you have your own needs met, and then of course you can help other people. So this card, it's basically you kind of showing up for yourself. It's about you reprogramming perhaps some of the things that you've learned in the past that have either kept you stuck, or maybe even experiences that you've had that have influenced who you are and how you operate. It's like you're doing a lot of unlearning about life in order to relearn from your perspective. So I really get this sense of reprogramming, you know, looking at what you learned yesterday that can inform today and reprogram tomorrow so you can open yourself up to the best in life that life has to offer. It's almost like this month, your life is in review so that you can take charge of your plans, move forward. I do feel some of you, if you've put a vacation on hold, I feel like you may activate it in the month of July. Some of you may even be talking to friends about going on a trip somewhere. Maybe it's a road trip some of you may be thinking about doing, but also I feel there is this togetherness, and I feel for some of you it could be that you're going on a vacation or a major journey with your partner if you have a partner, and some of you may even be thinking about relocating with your partner or moving in with somebody who is significant to you at this time if you haven't already. But this is about you being deep in thought. So let's move away from the energy of love at the moment. I feel this is more about you following your heart and really taking quiet space to hear what it has to say. Also, this is a card of reestablishing your belief system. You know, it's really about you looking ahead and leading with integrity. I see there's a lot of planning going on here, so I feel like you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. And whilst responsibility, it can be tough sometimes, I feel like you really thrive with that level of taking charge of something and, you know, just making it your own. Now, of course, with the High Priestess, it is a cautious card, okay, and you do have an Ace of Wands here. So some of you could be starting something new, or there's a new adventure on the horizon. For example, if you're going to go on a vacation to a new place that you've never been before, there's an element of excitement, but also a little bit of caution, like, ooh, I wonder what's out there. It's all new and exciting, but at the same time, it could be daunting. For some of you, this is you launching a project or a business. It could be a new idea, but I really feel this is you listening. Okay, listening to your heart, trying to transform your life in some radical way. I mean, this is your protagonist energy, which means you're harnessing a lot of energy in the month of July to make changes that will benefit your future. So I feel you're going to see a lot of breakthroughs this month on a lot of things that perhaps you've been struggling with. I mean, with the Chariot card and the Three of Cups and the Lovers card, some of you have been feeling a little bit like not a loss of direction, because with the Emperor there, it means I can see that you are still very goal oriented. You know what you want to accomplish, but you may feel that when you're in the midst of something that you're trying to accomplish, it feels sometimes like you're losing your way a little bit, or you can't see the wood for the trees, and you're like, am I on the right path? Is this still happening? You know, I'm working really hard, nothing's happening. Is this going to work out? Well, the answer is yes. Okay, so don't overthink it. I definitely see that, you're going to return to better times. Also, I see this sense of independence coming towards you. It's within you, but I feel like you're letting it out. You're unleashing this kind of energy of wanting to do more things for you, or basically, even if you are in a relationship or you're with a group of people, I feel like you are kind of exerting your independence, but also sort of saying, hey, how about we do this idea rather than running with the crowd. I feel like you are offering up things that you'd love to do, and they will join you to do those things as well. So with the Ace of Wands, this is a card of being inspired. Lots of new ideas this month. You're channeling your energy. There's a creative spark, but it may have been missing for quite some time because that Chariot card is in the resistance position. So some of you may feel that you've been exhausted, or you've hit a plateau. It's almost like you've been grounded in your energy a little bit, but July is going to be different. That spark, that lust for life is reignited, and you're focusing on your passions, and you're leading with your passions as well. But I feel some of you are looking at the things that you wanted a long time ago and how they're different to what you want now. So it's about sorting the wheat from the chaff in your life. That's, of course, in terms of career, in terms of where you live, in terms of relationships. I feel like you're just like decluttering and saying, okay, I'm a very different person now. What is it I truly want? Because with the Chariot in this position, it keeps calling me. It's almost like you've been a bit on autopilot in life because life has been so demanding of your time, your energy, your focus, and you may have felt not frazzled, because I feel like you've been very organized, but I also get this sense of like you've just been doing. Okay, and you've been existing, as it were, rather than sort of living. And I feel like you're trying to find the balance between all your responsibilities, but also getting out there, having adventures, having fun, and not letting life pass you by. So I feel big things are on your mind this month, but they're not just on your mind. You're taking action to make sure that you affect change in your life in a really positive way. These changes could start small. They could start with, breaking a habit, procrastination, or, basically letting go of an addiction, or, that's not a small thing, that's quite a big thing, but I feel it could be that you're turning things around, eradicating toxic relationships or situations from your life, really streamlining and focusing and saying, what do I love? Because I feel like you've been learning what you have to offer, and you've been building confidence in your life, and you've been learning to, feel comfortable in your own skin, love yourself, because you are you, and that is your superpower. You can't be anybody else. And sometimes in maturity, as we start to grow older, we start to feel that confidence. But also, I'd like to say sometimes it's kind of like, you know what, I just don't care anymore. Okay, so it may be like mixed with confidence. As you get older, you start to go, I don't care what people think. I don't care about this. I just care about what I'm doing and the people that I love. I care about the world. I care about people. But if someone is coming at me with something negative, I don't care. Okay, I'll take their viewpoint on board. I'll sit with it. I'm not, arrogant enough to say, you know what you say means nothing. Not at all. I'll always take it on board and say, okay, that's interesting that you have that viewpoint, but this is how I feel. And whilst what you feel is relevant, and, I'm not here to change your viewpoint, I'm here to state mine, maybe we either meet in the middle or we sort of go away and ruminate on some things, and perhaps maybe one day I'll take your comments on board and you'll take mine on board, and we may see things from different viewpoints as we start to grow older, because everything that we experience, it informs our perspective. So my journey is going to be different from your journey or someone else's, and we'll have a different viewpoint on the same thing based on our experiences. And I feel right now you're kind of looking at your life like, well, this is my experience and this is my perspective and I own it. And I feel like, right now you're starting to enjoy you and starting to enjoy how you feel about your life in some way, even though it's been challenging. Don't get me wrong. I see you've been super busy. There's been a lot of pressure on your shoulders. Some of you have actually put fun or going out there with friends to the side whilst you really focus on your own needs and what it is you desire at this time, or you've been looking at what you have to offer in life. And I feel some of you are trying to romance your life a little bit more, okay? Male or female, not a gender specific reading. It's more about connecting to the things that makes your heart sing or interests you, or, connects that passion, that lust for life. So if you feel that you've been in a bit of a funk recently, I definitely see that July is a month where you start to, stop and smell the roses a little bit more, because the High Priestess is a card of kind of slowing things down so you can reflect, so that you can connect to your belief system, be guided by the subconscious mind, but also, to gain more wisdom. So I feel like you're learning more about who you are, what you're capable of, and what it is your heart truly wants in this world. Because I feel, with that Knight of Cups, and of course, knights, they tend to wear armor, but I feel like you have had to be the warrior of life, and you're always taking care of everybody's needs. You're really busy making sure everybody's okay. And what about you? So I feel this month you're looking at you, but also I feel, this Knight is wondering where to plant this rose, okay? And right now, there's a desert there. So I feel this is really highlighting that, even in the most difficult places or experiences, you are blossoming, okay? And you're learning that you can be in bloom, but also you have that shield of protection with all the thorns. And I feel this is something that you have been experiencing. I just get this sense that, even in the most sort of austere environments, you're going to continue to do you. And real growth, it happens when you're tired of everyone else's BS, including your own. So I feel like some of you are calling yourself out on some things, but also you're calling others out on things as well and saying, you know what? I'm not dealing with this anymore. I feel it's a little bit more like focused on you at this time. Remember, the most important spiritual awakenings that we experience in our life, they don't happen when we're in a peaceful state of meditation. They tend to happen when we're in the middle of conflict, frustration, anger, fed up with like the same old thing. So I feel you're having like a breakthrough moment, and suddenly, you realize something needs to change. But in the midst of it all, it feels like chaos. It feels like, a little bit like you're numb, like all this like craziness is happening around you. And you're having to stand really, really still, protect yourself during this chaotic energy and wonder what's next. But you must, in stillness, listen to your heart, because it knows the way, and the next steps will be made apparent for you. Now, of course, I cannot ignore that this month is all about love. So some of you, there could be someone that you love dearly. It could be their birthday or anniversary, and you may celebrate this. The Three of Cups is celebration there. Some of you may actually delay this celebration. You may go on a vacation with this person to celebrate, but it may be like a little bit later on. Or if you're traveling, I hate to say it, you've got the Chariot card in the Resistance position. There are some delays there because it's like you got it in the reverse. But still, I feel like you will get to where you need to go. I would say here that with the Lovers card in the Resistance position, with the Chariot card, I feel there's a little bit of energy that you are going to be a little bit cross if you're delayed, but I feel like there will be some compensation, okay? That's not going to help you, of course. There's going to be a lot of grumbling there, but I do feel there's compensation, so there is kind of a benefit from it. So I'm going to leave that there and move away from that. But the Chariot card is really your motivation returning. It is you focus on your journey. Some of you may have thought about giving up on something. Now, you don't tend to give up on anything, really. It's more that you feel, okay, it's not working right now. Let me put it to the side, whatever that was. There's something that you've put to the side, or you thought it's not really your primary focus at this time. You're going to revisit that this month. For some of you, it could be an idea, could be a relationship. So if you've been separate from somebody and you've just been, really giving the relationship space to breathe, because everybody's circumstance is different, you may actually, return to this person and have a really honest, open conversation. The same with if you've been having any issues in a relationship, if there's been any discord or arguments, I definitely see with the Six of Cups, you revisit something in order to remember happier times and maybe even transform this relationship to protect it and get back together. So there is a potential, if you are wondering if you could get back with somebody, there is healing available for you and this person. But with the Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Cups, I feel this is also about retaining your independence in this relationship. And for some of you, you're literally turning your back on something. You may have been going through a separation or a divorce and it's finalized. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there. It must have been a very difficult experience, but I feel like you have a very strong support network, and now you get to experience life from a different viewpoint and really enjoy your single life. Also, a lot of my beautiful Virgos, if you're single, I see you enjoying your independence and not really looking for love, but I feel there's a potential that love will be put on your path if you are looking for love there. But let's move away from that. The Chariot card is all about dedication, commitment to your goals. You're going to be very goal-oriented. I would say the beginning of the month is a little bit busy. The middle of the month for you is a little bit more of a slower period or a slower pace. And then things at the end of July really pick up pace and things get a little bit faster for you there as well. The Chariot card can also indicate that you're keeping a tight rein on your finances this month, especially with the Queen of Pentacles there. You're working really hard and you're multiplying your wealth. And if you are retired, some of you may be looking at your finances, and with the Five of Swords there, you may be a little bit anxious about, the state of the world at the moment and wondering if your retirement fund is going to be enough. Well, the answer is yes. I see that it will, it'll do really well for you. But also I get a sense of some of you kind of brainstorming creative endeavors that perhaps you'd like to connect to. I don't feel like it's work. I feel it could be some of you are thinking about writing a book, or maybe doing some art, or doing something that you really enjoy for you. And as a byproduct, I feel like you could earn money from it if you want to. But looking at the Queen of Pentacles, there's an energy of being secure. There's an energy there of, having enough and using your resources in a really wise way. Now, the Chariot card, of course, travel, movement. So some of you are thinking about relocating, and some of you are thinking about vacationing, of course, but this card is more about your inner compass, where you feel like you belong. So I definitely see that I'm being given, actually, that there is some good news coming your way. I'm seeing an envelope right now. What is that? Okay. I'm being given this really odd message. When the clock strikes 1, and I'm seeing an envelope. So either you're going to get some message or email or correspondence at 1 that's going to be, I'm seeing lots of ticket tape as well. Ticket tape kind of is celebration, for me when I think about that. So it could be some celebratory news that's coming in when the clock strikes 1. So, I'm not really sure what else to get with that. So I'm going to leave that there. That's all I'm being given. I'll always be honest and say, I can't really do more with that. I can only give you what I see and what I hear. And I heard when the clock strikes 1 and I can see the ticket tape and I can see the envelope. For some of you, this could be a countdown maybe to something. Perhaps there are important documents that you need to pay close attention to this month, especially with like deadlines or due dates or expiry dates, things like visas, passports. These may cause delays if you need to get them renewed, for example, driving licenses with the car there. So it could be that you're looking at having to like retake a test or just renew a driving license, for example. For some of you, you've been in training to get your license, and I see that you're going to be very happy because I see celebration here for you. You're going to pass with flying colors there as well, and your friends will celebrate too. Now, the Three of Cups, it's in the resistance position at first, okay? So this tells me that a lot of you have been feeling a little bit stuck. You've got a lot of responsibility on your shoulders with that Emperor energy. You've been focusing on your tasks and, basically your day-to-day living things, which is not going to change. I want you to be aware of that. You're still going to be keeping your life running smoothly, but I see you taking charge to add more fun into your life, more excitement, more exploration. I'm being given an energy of you're being guided to do your research, to focus honestly on what it is you want, to overcome obstacles, which I see that you're going to be doing. But you need to be true to yourself and true to your true north, okay? I feel like we have more than one purpose in life, not just a single one. And I feel that's when the true adventure comes in. Variety is the spice of life, is what I'm being given for you as well. Now, Three of Cups in this position, it can indicate some of you, not all of you, may have, been enjoying yourself. It's like the opposite. I feel some of you are getting serious about work, but what I feel here is that mid-month, this is when you get to go out and have fun and party and do all of those things, go to all these wonderful festivals or invitations, whatever it is that floats your boat, because it's going to be different for everybody. For some of you, it's that you're going on a vacation, and when you return from your vacation, it's almost like you're back with a bump, and now you need to get serious about your plans, serious about your money, serious about returning to things as normal. So it may feel like you have to shift a gear in some way, and it may feel a little bit like a bumpy landing at first, but actually you're going to be back in the flow of things and really focused on your goals. And I see that you're going to accomplish quite a lot. You're going to be very productive this month, even though you're taking some time off or you're working towards something, but also having fun. I also see you reuniting with someone that you haven't seen or heard from in quite a long time. This person is at a distance from you. They may tell you that they've moved, but they are either returning to where you know them from, or they're coming to travel and see you. I feel this person, they really care about you. They've been missing you, whoever this person is, and they're going to reach out to you and just want to catch up. So that's going to be really nice there as well. Three of Cups, I see something that you've invested your time, your energy, your love, and your dedication in. There is some sort of celebration here. So good news is on its way. I'm also seeing like an anniversary or a feast date that you will celebrate. So it could be that you're going to someone's wedding, for example, or it could be that you are getting married yourself, perhaps. Congratulations if that's you. For some of you, it's like a gathering of people coming together to celebrate a person's life. Again, I'm sending you a huge hug out there if you're dealing with that, an anniversary there. That person will be there they will be present in that anniversary celebration or that marking of their time on this earthly plane if they have transitioned. I'm actually seeing a champagne bottle, so it's like they want to celebrate life. They want everyone around to celebrate life because it's so important to connect to people and have experiences and memories. They are the things that are most important to value, okay? All else will fall away eventually, but I feel there's the message in that. So with a lot of respect, I'm going to move away from that energy. I actually feel that this month is a big month where everyone is reflecting. So I do feel that you and your friends, I feel there's someone in particular, you may have a really honest, in-depth conversation with that person and see that they've been going through something similar to you, where you just feel, because I see with this energy, not all of you, but a majority of you may feel like you've been investing so much in your life. You've been giving 100%, and you may feel that you're not where you want to be yet, or you may feel somehow that your path has been delayed, but actually you're exactly where you're meant to be, and you're going to see why. Because sometimes, we get a plot twist in our life. We think we're going in one direction, and the universe sends us a little curveball, but it's because the universe wants us to have an experience in this direction with either someone new or an event or a piece of new knowledge. So I feel like you're learning that some people, they get to go linear to wherever they want to go, but also sometimes life is more enriching when you're like taking stepping stones in different directions, having a bit of a zigzag in life. And you may have felt that you've had a bit of a zigzag recently, but all will become clear as to why you are meant to have those experiences. Could be that you're meant to meet new people that will inform your life later on, or it could be that you are getting new knowledge or a piece of information that will be integral to your journey, either now or later on in the future. Now, we do have the Lovers card there. It's in the Resistance position. Looking at these cards, I feel for some of you, you may be thinking about an absent friend or an absent person from your life. Doesn't mean that they've transitioned, but it could be that they've transitioned. This person, again, I'm seeing a champagne bottle. So this person is celebrating you and wants you to celebrate life. You could actually see a logo of a champagne bottle, or perhaps you're going to see lots of champagne bottles, or just random ones, or maybe you're going to find a random one like lying on the sidewalk or something like that. It's an indication this person's with you, but it doesn't have to be someone who transitioned. This month is really about like, oh, I wonder what they're up to. And then suddenly they're going to reach out. And this is going to highlight, number one, the power of your mind, but also the interconnectedness of life and people. And I also feel like it kind of highlights your spiritual gifts. You're actually naturally very gifted and psychic and have a lot of intuitive leanings, even if you don't believe in it. Sometimes you may be like, that was a bit weird. Okay, I can't really explain that, but, because everybody's going to have a different train of thought. Some people are going to really believe in that sense of interconnectedness or intuition. Some people are going to say, oh, that was a coincidence. You know what? I can explain that logically. So I feel you're going to have some experiences over the month of July where you're like, okay, that's a little bit weird. So now I'm going to investigate this a little bit further. The bonds between people, the energy that's going on around you. So, but more than anything, I feel this month for you is connecting to things that you love doing. And I know it feels like such a simplified energy, but that's what the Cancerian energy is about. It's about grounding. It's about saying, okay, the most important things in life are often the most simple. Connections between people, love, what you love doing, your heart, your peace of mind, your home space. Of course, there's lots of other things going on in the background, like I need to pay that bill, or I need to reach out to that person. I got to sign that contract. I got to take a vacation. I've got to see my family. I got to, all those kind of energies. So I feel that will come later on in the month, though, for you. It feels like the beginning of the month is more reflective about what is it I'm doing right now? Do I love what I'm doing? If not, can I take myself elsewhere? Now, of course, with the Lovers card, this is a card of the law of attraction, okay? What your heart is vibing at, it attracts the same vibration. So some of you may have felt that you've been so busy transforming your life and trying to stay afloat on things that you haven't had time to really check in with yourself to see if you still want the things that you want, or to see how you can deepen your manifestation skills. But July is going to be different. You reignite this spark for life. You're taking charge of your life, and suddenly the direction becomes clear for you. So if you've been kind of like holding back on something that you want to launch, or you have a project that is on the go but it's unfinished, I feel like you're going to pay more attention to it. This month really for you is the month of second chances. Okay, even if you've had like a couple of relationships and they didn't work out, I feel like you're going to get another chance at love. Second chances doesn't mean like you're going to have two chances, right? It just means that it's another opportunity for you to connect to something that you really wanted. The same with ambition. You know, if there's an opportunity in the career world, or if you're competing for something and it didn't go your way, if you've had a disappointment in some area of your life, this month is turning everything around and you return to something and you're going to be successful and you're going to celebrate it, is what I see there too. Okay. Now, also, we've got the Emperor energy. This is a very strict energy. This could be you being very strict with yourself, channeling all this love, this power, this motivation, this drive, this energy into making your dreams become a reality. Whatever project it is that you're working on, you are harnessing that powerful energy to not just protect yourself and protect others, but be a leader in your life. Really lead, step up, and forge a pathway ahead and accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. This is a card that indicates you're going to be very productive. Be strict with your budget as well, because there is a presiding card there of the Queen of Pentacles. So I definitely see that you're going to be able to save a little bit more, or pay attention to bills like repayment plans, take down any debts, for example. I feel like you're going to be really proud of yourself, where you're kind of like making sure that you compartmentalize your life, but make sure every part of it is running really smoothly. And I feel you're going to look back on the month of July and say, I did this. You're going to be really proud of yourself because you're going to get a lot done, but also have a lot of fun along the way as well. And that's really important. Now, also with the Emperor, some of you may get some financial advice or be seeking financial advice. It could be that you're talking to your accountant or a lawyer, or to a realtor, or it could be, you learning how to do generational wealth, for example, because the Three of Cups there at the center of your reading is that you don't just do things for you, you do it for the benefit of the people you really care about as well. And that's what's so beautiful about your heart. You're so loyal and loving. And of course, if anyone oversteps a mark or takes advantage of you in any shape or form, they're gone. You do not suffer fools gladly is something that's very present in your energy. And I feel that, you have a very prized inner circle, the people that you really trust. You're very discerning about the company that you keep. But I also see that you are kind of just basically really embracing the time period, the Cancerian season, especially because that fifth house is there for you, of, falling back in love with your life and reconnecting or reestablishing the relationships that are important to you and investing in what's most important to you at this time. Now, also, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. So this indicates also that, you are educating yourself, and this could be financially, but I feel this is about you learning more about you, what you love, but also learning about the circumstances around you. Some of you, with that Chariot card, you're looking at far off places. So you could be actually looking at the way different cultures run things or do things. Some of you are wondering if you are having an affinity with a different part of the world. You're wondering how you can relocate there, or how you can work towards retiring there, for example. The Nine of Pentacles is exerting a level of independence, having a bit of a glow up in life. And I feel like you are working towards a life of luxury, or the good life, as it were, stability. But also this is about you sticking to your plans and relying on yourself, being really disciplined. So as I said, the fun happens at the beginning of July up until the middle, and then it's all seriousness about your projects, your tasks. This is about you basically solidifying your foundations and focusing on completing something that perhaps you began a long time ago. But I feel this is about you nurturing those dreams of wealth, but also, the Nine of Pentacles is to enjoy your freedom. It's to get out in nature. It's about choosing healthier options in life. It's really about enjoying the moment and, being independent and comfortable in life. So I definitely see that you're working towards that, and it's something that you're going to leave the month of July feeling that you've made headway in establishing that as well. And for some of you, if you're in a career, I see a promotion here. There is more money. There is an opportunity to multiply your wealth. Now, it's not usually the time where bonuses would be offered, but a Nine of Pentacles and a Queen of Pentacles, that is amplifying opportunities for wealth. So it could be a bonus, could be a raise, could also be a new position that will increase your wealth quite substantially, is what I see there. I mean, there'll be a little bit more pressure in this because the Five of Swords there indicates that you're going to have a lot on your mind. However, I definitely see that it's going to be worth it because I feel like you really take charge of this position and it opens you up to new possibilities as well. In terms of personal development, the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, this is about enriching your home space. It's about creating sanctuary so that you have peace of mind and really looking at what disturbs your peace so you can cut it out. So I definitely see sometimes when we start to create a more peaceful, healthier environment, things start to feel a little bit stale or dull. We start to think, oh, okay, well, now things are really peaceful. So what next? So I feel like you are trying to kind of reignite that spark, take charge, and do things that are still exciting and bring that fire back and that lust back into your life, whilst at the same time making sure that you eradicate drama, okay? Because there are some exciting things that happen in life that are really healthy, and also some exciting things that happen that are dramatic and perhaps not so healthy for you. And I feel like you really are cutting out all the stuff that is negative for you as well there. Now, Six of Cups, this is a card of looking back, okay? It's a card of nostalgia, but I really want you to be aware it's in the future position. Good times return again. So if you have been going through something that you've been struggling with or has been a challenge, know that this too shall pass and better times lie ahead. Now, also, what I love about the Six of Cups is that the universe sends a gift or an opportunity to remind you that life can also be fun and enjoyable and brings good things, okay? So I really feel something wonderful is coming towards you or is being bestowed upon you, and I feel this Six of Cups, it's really interesting because we've got the Chariot card, which are actual horses that are sort of like running in a direction. And then you've got the Six of Cups there, which is a rocking horse. And it feels very much like you're making progress in a certain area of your life. However, there is a memory that sometimes will ground you, root you to the spot, and prevent you from moving forward. So this could be a relationship or a traumatic experience you had in childhood that really stops you in your tracks and makes you think, whoa, okay, that's still present. Now, it shaped who you are. However, looking at your energy, I feel with that Five of Swords, it's something that, plays on your mind and can sometimes, give you a lot of conflict. But with the Queen of Pentacles there, I feel like you've grown into someone who is so strong because of these experiences. And of course, tough times don't last, tough people do. And you shouldn't have had to go through those experiences. However, they taught you a lesson about your strength, what you're capable of. And there may be a moment at the end of July where a sort of monumental memory from the past kind of comes to the surface and is on your mind a little bit, but it actually shows you how far you've come, how, you've taken charge of your life and become so strong despite the circumstances that you had. So I feel there's a sense of pride, not in a negative way, in a really positive way. It was like, you know what? It doesn't have the power to affect me anymore, but you may dissect it a little bit more and really look at it and see that you've kind of like moved on from it, and you're not going to allow it to rob you of joy moving forward. Now, of course, that Six of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, this is about reconnecting to your sense of independence, doing things that you love for you. So some of you may have felt that, you've been living on autopilot, almost like doing life, not basically living, you've been existing, and I feel this is about you reconnecting to this sense of adventure, getting serious about your schedule so you have more time for you. And I know this is not going to resonate with everyone, but I'm getting a bit of a, just a little rumble here in this is my right side. Now, if you have a bit of a rumble in your right side and you're just thinking, oh, it's a bit weird, let me check that out. Definitely, I see you going to a practitioner or someone to see what it's all about. The main energy I'm getting here is appendicitis, okay? So there could be like a rumbling appendicitis if you still have your appendix. If not, then of course, it could be something digestive, or gut related is what I see. But check out anything. I don't see anything untoward. I want you to be aware of that. So there's nothing to worry about here. Doesn't stop you from worrying because the Five of Swords is present. But I'm just being given something in this area, and I feel like, checking it out, but also having time to rest. I feel like, you'll identify what it is, and then, you'll get over it. You'll rest, and I see that's important there as well. I'm not a medical practitioner, so, I'm just giving you the energy that I can feel. So please always check it out with a provider who knows what they're doing. But that's something that's coming out there for somebody. Now we do have that Five of Swords, so I'm going to pull a card on that because this is at the end of the month. So something's very much on your mind at the end of the month. But with the Queen of Pentacles, this tells me you've got this. Now, for some of you, it could be that, you need to have like a really honest, direct conversation with a family member about your independence, exerting that independence there. But let me just pull a card on it because the Five of Swords is really interesting. Five of Swords can be tension, okay? So I feel like you're trying to manage your stress levels this month because I feel like you do have a lot on your plate. You're going to be super busy, don't get me wrong, but there's going to be a lot of wonderful moments where it's going to bring joy and happiness and celebration. But with that Five of Swords, whenever there's tension, it's your body or your mind telling you that something's not right. Something needs to change, and you can affect that change because you've got the Emperor energy, which means you're in charge of any changes. You're in charge of your destiny. Nine of Cups, whatever it is, there is a wish fulfilled here. Sometimes it's really interesting. Sometimes there can be a fear of success because it means infinite change in your life. For example, if you get the job of your dreams, it may be wonderful, but it may mean you're opening up more of your schedule to your job, less time with the people that you care about, or you may have to relocate or travel. It can feel daunting. For some of you, if you've been wishing for a relationship for a long time and then suddenly a divine counterpart appears, suddenly it can trigger memories from the past of a time where you did not feel secure in a relationship, and you must override the fear and recognize that you got your wish now. And remember, it's not going to be like last time. This time it's different. You're meeting a new person, new experiences, and live in the present moment. Also, the Nine of Cups with the Five of Swords, this can indicate that it's the perfect way to highlight when something feels like high pressure or it feels like it's causing tension. It's the universe, but also your body and your mind saying something needs to change because it doesn't feel right, okay? You can see pressure as something positive or negative. I tend to see it as actually positive because it is a shaper of worlds. It basically informs me like a sign to say, okay, this can like positively influence my circumstances because it's telling me something needs to shift, something needs to change right now, and I'm in control of those changes. So I feel right now you're looking at how you can benefit from something that perhaps has been causing you a bit of tension. You tend to thrive under pressure. There may be some deadline here that you have to adhere to. You're going to hit your target, so don't worry about that. For some of you, you may be taking a test or have some sort of appraisal there. Again, with the Five of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, Six of Cups, I feel nothing to worry about. Return to happier times, all is well. And the Nine of Cups, it's like it will turn out how you wish it to turn out. Remember, thoughts become things. Your mind is so powerful. Now, of course, I cannot ignore the fact that there's lots of skulls on this card there. So it can indicate that you're ending a lot of things this month. And that could be like something really simple, like, service providers who perhaps have been not providing a service that is acceptable for the amount of money that you've been paying for it. It can be that you're cutting out subscriptions that perhaps you don't utilize anymore. Some of you are noticing cutbacks in the working environment and you may feel a little bit anxious. But with the Six of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles, some of you, there may be a review and you may have to sort of have an interview about your position. But I see with the Queen of Pentacles, you benefit somehow long term from the decisions that are happening in that experience. Also, the Five of Swords is really important because it can indicate that, worrying, of course, it causes stress. So you will need to take a moment to relax and come back to a renewed state of calm. But also, you're turning a page, and it may not feel like it right now, but things are taking a turn for the best. I mean, your final card there is the Virgo card. So this is about you coming into your own. It's about you focusing on your hard work, being practical about a situation, being grounded, and trusting the process. And it's really interesting because the Queen of Pentacles, it literally means that you are the gardener who tends to what has already been planted. And this card here is you planting something. So this could be a new idea, could be a new neighborhood, could be a new relationship. It could be, a new way of dealing with life, lifestyle changes. However you nurture what it is that is important to you, that is what is going to grow right now. And if you've been so busy, pushed and pulled in many different directions, it can indicate that you haven't had time to nurture certain areas of your life, but now you're bringing back that balance in your everyday circumstances. Now, with the Chariot card there present, some of you are opening up second streams of income, side hustles, freelance work. You're definitely multiplying wealth when you get this card. There's normally a bunny rabbit in the Queen of Pentacles, which means multiplication of wealth. But as you can see, all those wonderful coins, I feel like money will be on your mind at the end of the month, focusing on stricter budgets, savings plans, pensions, basically generational wealth is something that I feel like you are focusing on, but also like money blocks. So whatever stage you are at in your life right now, some of you are, especially if you're still in the career environment, I feel like, you're working towards being, and I do not say this often, you're working towards being the first millionaire in your family. Okay, that's what's coming out there. That's not going to resonate with everyone, of course, but I am being given that energy, and I don't like to say that often because I don't like to say something that is so sort of like, out there that it couldn't be true. But I do see it happening in your reading for a lot of you who are working really hard on projects and diversifying in some way. If you're an entrepreneur, I definitely see that you'll get there faster than others, is what I'm seeing. With the Emperor energy, some of you are thinking about launching a new business, becoming independent. There's a lot of independent energy in your reading. So for some of you, this is business related. You're launching a startup, or you're doing something that you're really passionate about, or you're creating for yourself. It's going to be very lucrative. For some of you, you are just establishing a sense of independence and freedom in relationships that you really care about. Sometimes when you really care about a person, sometimes we can like cotton wool a person and try and, keep them safe, for example. And especially if you're a parent or a guardian, your children, especially if you're older, your older children may be like, you know what, I really care about you. Don't go to that place. It could be dangerous, or, don't go there, or maybe you should do this, or how about this, or I've done this for you. And it's all like, I'm really appreciative of the advice, but I'm a whole person, and I actually had a whole life before I had you. So therefore, I just want to step away from the micromanaging. So if you feel that someone is trying to micromanage you in some way, it doesn't have to be in your family. It could be in your career. It could be in the neighborhood. I feel like you're stepping away from that and saying, you know what, I'm doing me. Okay. And it brings an infinite sense of peace there to live life on your own terms. Now, yes, I see 1, 2, 2. I want to say 3, but I feel it's not completely formalized yet. So I'm going to say 2 pieces of really great information or opportunities or news, something that you will celebrate this month. But I feel there's like a third thing in the works, but it may not show up until August for you, whatever that is, of course. Now, of course, the later Virgos who have basically, a birthday in August, maybe it's the celebration I'm picking up there, but I feel it's more than that. It's something connected to something that you've been striving for, okay? Now, I also see some of you returning to visit some family members, or visit a hobby, something that you really enjoy, that brings infinite joy there, is happening for you as well. This is about just enjoying the moment. And we've got really interesting, it's so interesting. Every reading I've done Each person has got a card that has been next to each other, and only one reading, I think it was the Libra reading, they got 33 and 44. So there seems to be a lot of numerical synchronicity going on in everybody's readings this month. So you got 44 there and 43. Okay, and this is the biome. So this is all about connection, the oneness that I was talking about. You being the whole, you being the sum of the whole. You being connected to, the people around you, being aware of other people's needs, and them being aware of your needs as well. This is about you connecting more to community, to making sure that you're more involved in your world. If you've been a bit in hermit mode recently, I feel you're going to be getting out there and being a little bit more sociable as well. We've also got alchemy. This is the equivalent of the magician card. It's magic, and this is about magic being found everywhere you look for it, okay? But most importantly, you are the magic. You are the spark. And I feel, this card is all about miracles, okay? And while some people may not call it a miracle, they may say it's a coincidence or something like that, I feel like you're going to experience something in your life in the month of July where you're like, wow, that's really rare and exciting, and it may seem like a coincidence, but actually it was meant to happen, whatever it is. It's positive, whatever it is. I also feel that if you've been dealing with doubt recently, doubt will actually end more dreams than failure, okay? So I feel like having faith, especially since you've got that High Priestess there as your first card, having faith that everything is coming together. It's coming together, okay? And I feel that even in the most challenging times, everything is going to slot into place and work in your favor. There's a formulation there of like a wing of a dove, so I feel there's more peace of mind available to you. But this is the spark of creation. I feel like, this is about you taking charge of your life. It's in your hands, and anything is possible in the month of July. So I feel, there's some very exciting things happening for you. It's not a dream catcher, but I'm actually seeing a dream catcher in the water right now because I'm scrying at the same time as doing a reading. So either you're going to be gifted a dream catcher or you're going to see lots of dream catchers. You may actually have one, but I feel like you're going to see others quite a lot. And this indicates, a long-held dream of yours is going to become a reality. So I feel quite excited for the month of July for you. So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay, we only got one rune there, and it is the Destiny rune. So dice. This is all about taking a risk, okay? It's about taking a leap of faith, but it's also initiating change. When you get this rune, this is also about you being on the right path and knowing, getting clarity that you're on the right path, and everything synchronistically coming together, the path being made clear for you to have a smooth pathway ahead. For some of you, this could be secrets coming to light, okay? And I feel, don't overthink it. I feel this secret has come to light for a reason. I feel it doesn't directly affect you. You're still really in a good place, whatever this secret is. But also, this rune is basically an energy of who's loyal to you and who's got your back, really reaffirming those relationships. And also it can indicate that, especially with the High Priestess, that you're going to find yourself like kicking back and relaxing with like documentaries about the unknown, or things where things get investigated, a good book or things like that. It's just really about you taking some time out to relax, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little bell. It's a notification bell. It lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Also, the competition. If you do want to enter, all you have to do is find a moment of quietness, then play a song called You're the Voice by John Farnham, okay? Then write in the comments box section below, I stand strong with an attitude of gratitude. Music, it raises vibrations, and of course, since we're currently in a very critical point in the world, playing a song that raises vibrations is so important at this time. Now, I totally get it. This song, I love this song, but it's not really my taste, so it's not If it's not your taste, then of course choose a song that resonates with you more. The effect shall be the same, but my guides did offer up this song to listen to. Then my guides will point me in the direction of one subscriber to offer a free personal reading to, and I'll announce the competition winner at the end of the month. Okay, so thank you so much, my beautiful Virgo, and love and light.